All right, good morning to you. It's a beautiful Monday morning, 12th day of May. The time is exactly 9 minutes past 8, or you can make that 10 minutes past 8. My name is Ifeemi Andrew, and welcome to our conversation on the Morning Crossfire today. Recent times, it's been happening for quite a while, but most recently, it gained some more momentum. I'm saying this because of recent reports that came in from the Etche local government area of Rivers State as it concerns activities of herders. There's been lots of complaints from residents, farmers, and Rivers people in general about activities of herders in Etche. And now, the activities of herders is not only particular to Etche, because if you know, in Bayelsa State, in Edo State, it was one that really led to the attention of the president drawn to it, and security operatives giving directives to ensure that they fetch perpetrators, because that event led to the local vigilante group in that area attacking some of the herders. And I remember speaking with the government official with regards to that situation here on the show, and we got the thoughts of many of us with regards to that. If you go over now to Plateau State and Benue State, we have similar issues where, in fact, for some, it's no longer just an issue of herders-farmer clash. We're now having some people perhaps said to be posing as herders, but in the real sense are maiming and attacking and killing people. Okay. Well, that said, here in Rivers State, Etche has been in the news because of this issue that concerns herders and farmers. At least it started off with that. In recent times, people say, is it still a herder-farmer clash, or is there something else? Well, on the show this morning, we will be speaking with Jonah Nwala. He is the paramount ruler of Abara town, the chairman of Igboh Kingdom Council of Traditional Rulers, and Chiefs Security Committee. Highness, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning to you.
I think we'll just start quickly with the elephant in the room, and I'm pretty sure everybody would want to know what exactly is happening in Etche, security-wise, as it concerns the activities of herders, because we've gotten several reports, and one of them really disturbing, but is the fact that people can no longer go to farms. Some people have been attacked at different times, including people who go to do businesses, real estate people, different reports. So what exactly is happening in Etche with regards to herders and their activities?
Yeah, well, actually, I am Jonah Nwala, the Paramount of Abara, rightly introduced under the leadership of His Royal Majesty King of the SNMH JP, the Amamo II of Igboh Kingdom. So I'm the chairman of the security committee created by him. Actually, it is worrisome, the activities of herdsmen in Etche land, because since a while, they have been grazing their cows, but since 2020, the rate and the incessant attack on community farmers, including the investors in our land, is becoming worrisome. And this issue is no longer as we think it is. Etche, in general, is a very peaceful community, and the hospitality, as they know. So, but since this time, these issues has been rising from time to time. And in our own aspect, we have been trying to see how we can interface with the cattle rearers, the main people. But everything that we do is proved abortive. Recently, the divisional police officer in charge of Okehi called for a meeting where the sole administrator, Etche local government, and President General Obaka Etche, and the Etche, traditional rulers, all were in attendance to see how we can interface with these people. Lo and behold, these people, they are mitiala and not neglected all the invitations that they gave to them. It becomes a very worrisome. We know it is a global issue, but then there's a way and manner that these things can be curtailed by the federal government and the state and the local government.
Okay. Highness, I need to understand. You said that the Mieti Allah's leadership were invited to that meeting and they did not show up. Is it that they did not show up or did not send representative or did not show up at all? What exactly was the situation?
Yes, the people that they sent, the main Mieti Allah is not in the attendance. The people that they sent is the people rearing cow inside the district. And we'll find out that these are not people that even they cannot hear English. The general language we communicate. They can't hear. So how can we interface with such people? We need the people that is concerned. The people are interested to see how we can get to them and then discuss a roundtable discussion with them. But yet, since 2018, let me just say, this many local government chairmen that came and gone has found a way, has tried their best to see that these people come to a roundtable discussion with the farmers, but yet not all is proved abortive, which is not good.
Highness, I think a lot of people are worried. I mean, we have seen how things gradually degenerated in Benue State. And some people are looking, we do not want to get to that level, which is why something needs to be done and done urgently. As it stands, we get reports that people cannot access their farms. I don't know how true this is. Perhaps you would verify for us. We even got reports that in some communities, people are already beginning to put money together to pay these herders so that they can allow them go to their farms. Are any of these true?
Sure, it is true, particularly in Abara community. It was surprised that the farmers, including the investors, ran down to me as a Paramount of Abara community, telling me the situation report in February that these people gathered and said they must pay 2 gates before they access their farm. I said, what? Then I asked them how much. They said 3,000 naira. 3,000 naira. I said, for what? People that comes from far away and then coming to our land, the indigenous have to pay 3,000 naira to access their farm. In fact, I now raise alarm to the local government, Etche, to the traditional rulers. Look at what is happening. They said our internal security, they are all assisting us to make sure that there's peace. There's peace, including the police officers.
Yes.
But these people continue. Even last week Sunday, they attacked one man that went to his farm because he didn't comply to pay 6,000 naira before he accessed the farm. He was attacked and macheted. All these reports have gone to police on several occasions, but yet nothing has happened.
So if this sort of crimes is still happening in those areas, is it that the police cannot go in and make arrests and they know where these people camped? And secondly, Your Highness, so you can respond to both. And secondly, is it that anybody can just come into a chair and conduct business? Isn't there a way that you come, at least the leadership of the community should know the people that are doing their business? I'm sure if a real estate company is coming, they have people that they meet. I'm sure if any of the people that do businesses or own shops or anything, they have people that know them, they get tickets, they get all of these things. There's a system in place. For the herders, is there anything of such, or you just wake up one morning and anybody can transport themselves and their cows from any other part of the country and just come to a chair and go into the bush, any bush, and occupy it? How does it work?
Okay, so thank you for this question. Actually, this question, I have raised it time with that number. The people concerning this herdsmen, nobody knows their identity. Nobody knows where they come from. They are faceless. They are rightly dwell inside the bush. Nobody is their landlord. Then nobody knows where they stay. And police, when we report such matters to police find it difficult. So
how did they come into a chair? Because they came in. They did not fly. They did not disappear.
Yes.
So how? Where?
They just came in the midnight where we are sleeping. We don't know. But what we see is them inside the bush. No person gave them clearance. They did not meet any traditional ruler. They did not meet any person in order to do this. That is why I am calling on the authorities concerned, more especially Federal Minister of Agriculture, Federal Minister of Agriculture, and Federal Minister of Agriculture. They should get into the headers and the farmers' issue, because this thing is getting out of hand. That they will come without no permission. No person that will know what you see is inside the bush. They are indwelled inside your bush, and then no person knows them. So it's becoming worrisome. I am asking federal government. Thank God I've been agitating for last talk this ministry, and now the President Ahmed Tinubu has created such ministry. They have a lot of work to do because they need to profile these people for us to know their identity, know where they are staying. Because this is a business that they are doing. And if I am also suggesting that the CSC should also, if they are ready to create their camp in Etche land, they should also register in CSC so as we can use it to provide and to know where they are staying. Because all these things are business that they are doing in another people's land without the permission of the traditional rulers or the indigenous.
Right.
Those things, police, even when we report matters to police will say, where are they staying? They find it difficult to arrest. I've been invited on several occasions.
Is it that? But to say that it's difficult to know where they stay, because like the man you gave an example who was going to his farm and they stopped him and said he has to pay before he enters, which means they are camping in that farm or they are camping around that place. Otherwise, how would they have? They must have set up some kind of roadblock or something. If not, you can't say that people who came in to rear cows would then mount some sort of if I will call it a roadblock and say people have to pay 3,000 to them before they would allow the people access the farm. It means that these people dwell in that farm. That would be the simple explanation of it.
Yes.
So why is it then difficult? Why does the security agencies find it difficult to go to those farms and apprehend these people?
That's a question for them, because we have made a series of reports. We've made a serious report against them. And we have made a serious report. They are dwelling inside the land, dwelling inside that bush. And it becomes a security threat to our women. So women are raped daily. They cannot access their farm. Hunger on the land is as a result of this. Our women cannot access their farm because of these headers in their farmland. And who does not plant this time cannot harvest in the next 6 seasons of harvesting. And if you see what they are doing, they have tents built inside the farmlands in Abara and some other communities in Etche.
Highness, okay, before we go on a quick break, one more question. At this point, many people are beginning to say, is this still a case of farmer-header clash? Because the picture painted does not look like it's a clash between farmers and headers. For you, do you still describe this as a farmer-header clash?
Not at all, because this issue is issue of understanding. Federal government should come in, because if we have a clash with them, which means what is happening in northern part of the country will happen here.
No, Highness. Because by clash, I mean there are reports that you have leadership of Etche LGA several times say, farmers also attack these people and kill their cows, and all of those things. And then you have the farmers say they come and they invade our crops. But if you look at this, from what you've explained and the situation in Etche, it doesn't look as though you have the farmers going to attack anybody's cows. But it looks as if we have people settling in the farmlands of farmers and then making this, from the stories you've given, making these demands and attacking people who are going to the farms. The context of this has always been that there's a clash between farmers and headers. But the story and the reports that is coming out does not suggest that farmers and headers are clashing.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, from what you are asking me, actually, one series of damages have been done on the respect of crops that the farmers have planted. And then these matters are being reported daily to police and other security agencies, DSS, immigration, and civil defense. They are all aware of these issues. And then, another mind is the devil workshop. So issues like this should be handled properly before it results to. Yes, I can't disagree with you that it may be because part of provocation, some cows they may kill some cows as a result of that. They are killing them inside the farm. They should rear it along the road. And in the early 80s, such things, we see all of them grazing their cow along the road. But this time around, they are dwelling in the farmland of the indigenous.
All right, Highness, just hold your thoughts there. Let's take this short commercial. We'll get more from you when we return after the break.
Thank you.
Back after this.
My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Our conversation continues. My guest is Jonah Nwala, Paramount ruler of Abara town, chairman Igboh Kingdom Council of Traditional Rulers, and chief security committee. Highness, thank you for staying on the line.
Thank you.
All right. Before we go any further, let me remind those who are listening, you can also watch us live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the Facebook handle. So you can go watch and listen to us live on Facebook, on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH. You can also download the Nigeria Info FM app from your Play Store. Download the app. If you're using an Android phone, you go to your Google Play Store. If you are using an iPhone, you download from your iOS store. It's very simple. The reason is, when you use the app, you do not need any earpiece to connect before you access the radio of your phone and all of the other stress. And then you even have the problem of, the signal is not strong. No, just download the app and listen online. All you need is data, and that's it. All right. That said, I'll be taking some of your comments on Facebook. We'll also respond to some of your questions. But then we're asking you to share with us on Facebook whether do you think that this is a case of farmers' herders clash? That's what we need to find out from you. It has always been described as farmers' herders clash. Is that the situation as it is now? Looking at the reports that we've gotten in Rivers State, looking at the situation in Benue State and many other parts that we've seen similar issues break out, even in Edo State, some parts of Bayelsa State as well. It seemed to be recurring every now and then. And my guest had given us quite an insight into what really the situation is like in Etche. We'll get some more from him before we go to the phone lines. Highness, so you before the break, you were telling us about how these herders in the early 2000s, in the 90s, would do their business on the roads. You see, everybody sees them with their cows, feeding their cows on the roads and so on. But now the fact is they go and settle in farmlands inside the bushes of communities. And what is most worrisome is when I asked you, if anybody is come to do a business in a strange land, like for instance, if I leave here and go to Kano, I can't just go to Kano and then go to one shop and just take it and stay there and say I'm doing my business here. I'm sure people will come after me and people would want to beat me up for it. And so there are procedures through which I have to follow. Yes, I have a right, but then because I do not belong to that community, I have to follow certain procedures and identify myself properly. And the fact that you had said that it's difficult to even get any form of identification, so it means that the traditional institution in Etche has no knowledge of which herder is coming in today, which one left, which one is coming to do business tomorrow. Nobody knows. Is that what the case is? You just have people passing whenever they please.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly the case. Now, but no person knows the knowledge of them coming in or going out. We just see them here like that. If they break, you see cows inside your farm. They dwell inside that place. They raise up their tent in that farmland. So we are surprised because in early 80s, when they are grazing cow, it's in the afternoon. It's in the afternoon, and while we were in primary school as at then, we will see them passing. All of us will come to witness and to see how this will be. Also be, cracking joke with them. But these days, it's not as usual. They'll just come in without no permission, no knowledge of any kind. Then what we do is to see them. They start grazing their cow in people's farm. It is not even on the road.
What do you think is the best method? What suggestions would you make to solve this problem permanently? What do you think needs to be in place? What and what? It could be more than one, but if you can share with us.
Okay. One, these people need to be identified. Somebody doing a business in a community that is you are not an indigene, supposed to obtain permission, follow due process. A business of that kind need to be registered in CAC so as we can identify them. And then Federal Ministry of Livestock should have a duty to know to know how they can rear their cows in another people's land. They should come to a roundtable discussion with the Federal Minister of Livestock, State Minister of Livestock, the Minister of Agriculture, the police, DSS, and the community. Let them sit down in a roundtable and let us know who is doing business and who is who. And not those people rearing cows. If you see the number of cows that one person, just a boy of 9 to 10 years, will be controlling a cow of more than 3,000 cows inside people's farm. One person. How can he control that? Because he can understand their language.
Isn't 3,000 a huge number, or are you just exaggerating the numbers?
No, I'm not exaggerating. One person will mount or will control a cow of 300. One person, 300.
Okay.
300, a cow, a boy of 9 to 10 years. How can you do that? So this is need to come to a roundtable discussion and then let us know the people that own this cow. Because sometimes from the investigation I did was that these people is under contract. The people rearing those cows inside the people's farm, they are under contract. Some of them are plaintiffs. They will train them and they will settle them. And during the settlement, there's a lot of clashes between them and their master. And at the end of the day, they will not instigate that it is community. I have similar case. My youth leader was attacked as a result of that because my youth leader had that there was a problem inside the bush where these people are rearing their cow. That he now went to that place. He went to that place. On that place, he now noticed that it is between them that they are fighting among themselves. They tried to separate them. They now gave him market court. So all these things, when they have problems within themselves, they will not attribute it to the indigenous. Some of them will come to steal their cows. Yet, what they will do is to attract it to community. Because they know where community is.
Have you tried to re-invite the Etche LGA leadership after the first effort? The meeting didn't go exactly as planned. What's the move in that direction?
Okay. I am not the one coordinating that meeting. It's the DPO and the security agencies in Etche local government.
Oh,
so
okay.
There and then, even the sole administrator re-emphasized, and even the present past general of Obakeche, Dr. Silas Mayang, emphasized that these people that we are talking about should come to interface with the Etche people, and not people rearing the cow inside the system. These people are under contract and they don't hear English. How can we interface with them? So I have the experience since 2018. I have the experience. They were invited on several occasions, yet they cannot surface.
Oh, you're saying this is not the first time the leadership of the Etche LGA had avoided a meeting?
Yes, this is not the first time. Look, even the caretaker committee chairman of Etche local government, Pastor John, has invited them on several occasions, 3 times in his own administration. They didn't surface with Abara people. Abara people came, but the people did not come. Then this person, Dr. Anyangu, Dr. Evis Anyangu, the local government, the executive chairman of Etche local government, has also invited them on 3 occasions. They didn't surface.
And now the sole administrator is also inviting them, and they have not surfaced.
Even the past chairman that was dissolved by the court also made an attempt, a serious attempt to invite them. That is in his own administration. That is when he heard about them collecting 2 fees before we access our farm, about 3,000 naira. Now they increased it to 6,000 naira. The man was annoyed and then invited them. So
as we speak, people are still paying these monies in those communities to the herders before they go to their farms.
Because of hunger. Because of hunger. Security agencies, they should do something, because our people we are very very peaceful, and we don't take laws into our hands. So we are calling on security agencies, all the authorities concerned, to come to the aid of our people, because hunger, somebody that is hungry does not know a bad bush.
All right, let's take some calls. 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0002. Again, 0817-923-0007 or 0817-923-0002. These are the numbers that you can call to join in on the conversation. You can also dial 0817-923-0003. And the question, you've heard my conversation with His Highness, but then we're also asking you at the moment, is this still a herder-farmer clash? That's a big question that needs to be answered. What's your thoughts about it? Ken from Obimini, let's start with you. Straight to the point, please, and try to keep it very short, simple, and be civil as well. Good morning.
Good morning, if you hear me, Andrew.
Welcome.
And greetings to your guest. If you hear me, if you ask me, it is what I call herders and farmers clash. Because we, the farmers, here in the south area, are trying to avoid these people, according to your guest. Imagine what they have been going through. And the people whom they are trying to avoid problem with does not and are not understanding that their action is amount to cause what they call, according to him, herders and the farmers clash. How does this start? This is where it started in other areas in Nigeria. Imagine when they will go and put out a board where they restrict them not to enter into another person's farm. They will put it out until force their cows into our farms here in Ubumini. They attacked one man last year. By this same time, they nearly killed one.
Hello, Ken. Ken, hello. Okay, I think we have to move on to Magnus in Mile 3. Good morning, Magnus.
Thank you. Good morning to you, Mr. Andrew.
All right, good morning. Go on,
and
please.
listening to your guest. Very quickly, I want to say that it's very pathetic what we are currently experiencing in the States. What we have been hearing in the Middle Belt is now what is facing us in River State. Andrew, if you may recall, this situation, the period of Etche LGA complained about, we also have it in Kana, edge of River State. We also have it in Igboh, in some part of Ahoda. We cannot continue like this in this state. I want to let you know that, Andrew, some of our politicians are behind this. They have shares in this cow business, and they employ these boys to perpetrate crime in our communities. Our politicians we have in the state have share. They have these cows. They are training them. Why can't you prepare a place for them to gather them and feed them and do whatever you want to do with your business? Why would you carry your business to destroy another person's business? I want to say that this state is a peaceful state, and we cannot continue to have crashes from people from the north, people from the middle belt to come to the south, and begin to cause problems in our communities. Please, the government should do something about it so that we cannot be continuing.
Let's go to Etche. Patrick, good morning.
Yes, Andrew, good morning.
You're welcome.
I'm Adi Patrick. I'm calling from Etche.
All right, go on.
Let me extend my greeting to your guest. Please, let me narrate and explain what is happening in Etche. It is herders and the farmers clash that is happening in Etche. And the herders are fully prepared to fight in Etche. They didn't come ordinary to come and listen to Etche people. They fully come to fight Etche. As I told you now, in my community, Abara, where I come from, my mother is calling me now that the cow have food inside her farm. You know the reason why Etche people keep quiet? We don't take a lot into our hand. These people are trying to cause war in Etche. You will see us when we come as the youth, because I'm the youth leader of my community. because of these people are considered youth body that will be overseeing what is happening concerning these headers in my community. When we come, you will see them trying to fight us. And when you tell them, they will turn to cow. They always go on with AK-47. If you make it out, they will shoot you and you will die. We are crying in Etche. The River State government wants us to cause war. These headers come back. They come with their guns. They are ready to kill at any time. And we are peaceful people. Please, Malchima has said it all. We want to hear from River State government and federal government. They don't want the use of a chair to cause war. These headers are disturbing us. And they are looking for our trouble.
All right, Patrick.
When you call them,
let's go to Rukwaku now. Your point has been made. Japhet is on the line. Let's hear from Japhet now. Japhet, good morning. Okay. Wariboko from Alakaya, good morning. Hello.
Yeah, good day.
Yes, Wariboko, go on. Good morning.
This is Wariboko. And I want to extend my greeting to your guest.
Thank you.
I just want to let the Rivers people know that the issue of headers and farmer crash is not an issue of government. If they have called on the government for several years and the government can do nothing, they should defend themselves. Nobody is a monopolist of violence. And I bet with my life that if they try that in Ogoni, the act is where I come from, we will teach them where they belong. Enough is enough for the rubbish. Thank you.
All right, Wariboko. Unfortunately, I need to say that we're not trying to promote violence. Yes, self-defense is a right of every individual. If you feel threatened or you're in a place where your life is being attacked, you have every right to defend yourself. It's constitutional. But then we're also not preaching in violence. We're not inciting anybody to say, oh, we are waiting, we are going to. That's not what we're saying. Walter in Rukwaku, however, it is important that the security agencies step in as quickly as possible and the government also step in as quickly as possible because there's only too little people can take. And when people react, every time there's a quarrel, the person that reacts eventually are the one that takes the blame most of the times. So I would encourage that the security agencies and the government does the needful with regards to resolving these issues. Walter and Rukwaku, good morning.
You asked a question. It's a battle between the elders and the farmers. See, these elders, unless you have not seen them before, they don't have a place they stay because they move in the night. They come from Elemi to Etche. They come from Rukwaku to Obi. They don't have. Do you know that these people, they are clothes? They tie them in the body of the cow. Their food, their water. The cows carry them along. So they don't have a place. So this thing they are reporting, they are reporting, it's everywhere. It is in my place. The funny thing is that they are withdrawn. I've seen them separately.
So who gives them the guns? That's the question, because those people you see there do not have enough money to buy a gun. If we're going to judge by how they look, and well, you can guess that. Well, I don't think you're making that much money. So where are they getting the guns from?
That is a question that we will ask ourselves. We will ask them. Because these people, police cannot even stop them to ask them where give they the gun. They carry it. If you that's what I'm saying, if you are talking to going to airport, you will see them. They have their gun. On a day light, one is not in the night. Police are not able to see them. They don't stop them. So the thing is much. So what I will advise is they should go that if they have their head office at Elemi by the left. That's where they have their office. They go and report.
Okay.
So where they will pay, I think the community, the youth, they have youth there. It's not everything will come on radio to make noise. There are ways they do something so that those people, they will understand that they are doing business and the farmers will do business. We cannot continue like this.
All right, Muriel is in Okrika. Good morning, Muriel.
Hi, Shemi, good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is your Professor Woman. Look, you feel me? I'm beginning to think that this is no longer about grass. And I'm beginning to think that it's about the land now. Yeah, if you look at the trajectory of how these things are playing out in other parts of the country, you will see that it's no longer about grasses. It is now about the land. So I think the presidents, the owners of these lands should know that it's not about their farm. They should not be thinking farm, destroying. It's about ownership or collection of their land. People want to look for a way to make them uncomfortable, drive them out of their land, and take ownership. So they should wisen up and look for good things. If you begin to depend on security officials, trust me, most of the top security officials most of them in the top hierarchy are their brothers. They will not take matters seriously. So the better you begin to look for other means to see how you can have peace in your own fatherland, the better for them. Thank you.
All right, and then one more call from JJ before we wrap up. JJ, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, and I greet your guests in the studio.
All right, go on.
Andrew, I don't know what they call farmers' elders clash. Is it that the farmers will attack, the elders will attack back or something? The farmers are on their own in their farm doing their business. People came with their livestock and ate up their things, and you're saying it's too clash. I think it's like stealing your things. Get to the point like you said you have done. So all the authorities, be it the DSS and everything, so that they can swing into action. They don't swing too. I don't know, but let it not come from me. You should know what to do. Thank you very much.
All right, JJ, on WhatsApp, this person says, nothing like farmers' elders clash. This is having the picture of terrorism. It's orchestrated. It's a conquest with backings from masked sponsors. You can't be in your own home, your own farm, and then someone invades your land with weapons and then kill people and then destroy properties. And then you say it's farmer headers clash. I don't think it's farmer headers clash. That's from Obi on WhatsApp. And then one more. This one says, how is it possible for a complete stranger to enter your territory, occupy it, force rightful owners to pay? The situation is deplorable from Good Luck. Your Highness, in less than 2 minutes, so what would be your position now going forward? How do we go about this to ensure that we tackle this problem and then maintain sanity? Because what we do not want to hear is that things get out of hand.
Okay.
Has efforts been made to reach the sole administrator, of the state? And I know that a committee was set up by the governor before he was suspended to look into this matter. I don't know if the leadership, traditional institution in Etche are aware of this, but I know that happened, and that committee had come out with a report that was submitted to the government. So has there been any efforts to reach the sole administrator? What exactly is situation? In under a minute, please. Okay.
Actually, the meeting that the DPO called was an eye-opener, and the sole administrator of Etche local government was there. And then all our meetings, I think he has to transport it to the sole administrator of River State. Secondly, the way forward is these people must be identified. So as if there's any destruction, any other thing that has happened to farmers, then in case or in a way of maybe a clash between them and we will have to know the people that is farming, that is rearing the cows in the farmland, and not unknown face. So
all right.
We are calling on the authority consigned, Minister of Agriculture, to perform all these things so as to avoid bloodshed in any of the communities. Because what they are trying to do is to invade the place and then get away with the community and then occupy, as one of the speakers says. And we have seen it in North, and this is what they are trying to do. So, but we are very patient to hear from government over it.
All right. Thank you very much. Eze Jonah E. Nwala is a paramount ruler of Abara Town, chairman, Igboh Kingdom Council of Traditional Rulers and Chief Security Committee. So again, thank you for your time.
Thank you for correcting me.
All right. All the best. And that's the much we can take. For those of us who are yet to participate, get on oneplay.com and search, click on Nigeria Info. With 500 Naira, you can win yourself some good amount of money. Hello Port Harcourt is next with Jude this morning. Good morning.
Right back.
Tired of blackouts? Want power around the clock? Then fly high